When it comes to understanding a woman's hidden desire, we often look for loud, obvious signals. But the truth is, women rarely express attraction that way. Their psychology operates through subtlety, emotional depth, and quiet cues. If you pay attention, her desire is there woven into her behavior, reflected in her body language, and spoken through small actions that reveal far more than words ever could. The first sign lies in the way she positions herself around you. A woman who secretly desires you won't always say it, but she will consistently find her way into your space. She may stand closer than necessary, lean toward you when you speak, or angle her body in your direction, even in a group. This is not accidental. It is her subconscious drawing her closer to the man she's attracted to. Another powerful clue is her emotional attunement. When a woman desires you, she becomes hyper aware of your mood, your tone, and your reactions. She listens closely, remembers details, and responds with warmth. She mirrors your behavior without even realizing it. This is psychological synchronization, and it only happens when she feels a strong internal pull toward you. A third sign emerges in her nervousness. Desire often creates tension. Watch how she fidgets, plays with her hair, adjusts her clothes, or glances away as soon as your eyes meet. That momentary loss of control, that tiny spark of anxious energy, those are the physical signatures of a woman trying to manage her own attraction. Then there's the shift in her communication style. A woman who desires you secretly will become more curious. She asks deeper questions, wants to understand you, and gives you her full attention. This is her way of bonding, building emotional intimacy before she reveals anything more. Her texts may become more frequent, her responses quicker, and her tone softer or more playful. Finally, desire shows itself through exclusivity. When a woman wants you, even if she hasn't said it, she behaves differently around you than she does with others. Her eyes linger longer, her smile becomes more genuine, and her energy softens in your presence. She prioritizes you subtly, making time, showing effort, and creating moments only the two of you share. Understanding these signs requires calmness. Stoicism allows you to read her without overreacting, without becoming needy, and without misinterpreting every small gesture. The more grounded you are, the more clearly her signals appear. Women desire men who are in control of themselves, men who notice the details but are not controlled by them. When you combine observation with emotional strength, you begin to see the truth behind her subtle behaviors. Her desire may be quiet, but it is unmistakable for the man who knows how to read it. When it comes to understanding a woman's hidden desire, the first and most important truth is this: women communicate attraction subtly, not openly. Their psychology is built around emotional safety, social awareness, and gradual revelation. Because of this, they rarely express desire directly, especially in the early stages. Instead, they rely on soft indicators, small gestures, quiet behaviors, and subtle patterns that reveal how they truly feel. When you learn to read these signals, you begin to understand a level of communication that most men miss completely. A woman who secretly desires you will almost never announce it with bold statements or intense flirting. Instead, she expresses it through proximity, attention, and deeper emotional presence. She may position herself close to you in a room, even when there are plenty of other places to stand. She may find excuses to enter your space, walk past you more than necessary, or sit near you without drawing attention to it. This isn't coincidence. It's her subconscious guiding her toward the man she feels drawn to. Her eyes are another window into her desire. Women often steal glances when they want someone but look away quickly when caught. That momentary lock of eyes, followed by a shy turn or a smile she tries to hide, speaks volumes. She may watch you when you're not looking, assessing your presence, absorbing your energy, and studying your expressions. This quiet observation is a natural psychological instinct. Her mind is evaluating safety, compatibility, and emotional resonance. Beyond body language, the subtlety of her desire shows in the way she listens. A woman who likes you pays deeper attention than others. She remembers your stories, your preferences, your frustrations, and the small details most people forget. She may bring up something you said weeks ago, proving not only that she listened, but that it mattered to her. This level of attentiveness is a sign of emotional investment, a sign she is forming a connection she hasn't spoken aloud yet. Her behavior also shifts around you in ways she doesn't expect you to notice. She may adjust her hair, touch her neck, or straighten her clothes when you enter a room. Women often do this subconsciously when they want to look their best for someone who excites them. Her voice may soften, her tone may become more playful, or she may laugh more easily when you're the one speaking. These subtle cues reveal her desire far more authentically than any direct confession. Even her nervousness is a sign. When she desires you secretly, her body betrays her feelings. She might fidget slightly, play with her fingers, or avoid direct eye contact for just a second too long. These small cracks in her calm exterior show emotional intensity. Her mind is managing the conflict between wanting to express interest and wanting to appear composed. All of these subtle cues combine to reveal the truth. Her desire isn't loud, but it is present. And if you stay observant, calm, and grounded, you will recognize exactly what she's trying to show you without saying a word. A woman's desire is almost never expressed through direct statements. Instead, it flows through her body language long before it ever reaches her words. Psychology makes it clear that women reveal their emotions through nonverbal cues because it allows them to stay emotionally safe while still expressing interest. This is why reading body language becomes the key to understanding what she truly feels. When a woman secretly desires you, her body speaks the truth long before she is ready to say anything aloud. The first layer of this communication appears in the way she orients herself toward you. Even in a crowded room, her body will naturally turn in your direction, feet pointed at you, shoulders angled your way, and her torso leaning slightly forward. These are subconscious signs of emotional openness and attraction. She may not even realize she's doing it, but her body reveals where her attention is focused. When a woman desires a man, she unconsciously positions herself to receive his presence, his voice, and his energy. Eye contact is another powerful indicator. Most men think that if she likes you, she will stare at you boldly. In reality, it's the opposite. A woman who desires you often has quick, soft, darting glances. She looks at your face, your lips, your eyes, but quickly looks away when you catch her. That nervous flicker, that small hesitation is a psychological giveaway. She is drawn to you, but she is trying to manage the intensity of her own feelings. If she smiles right after looking away, even subtly, it's a strong sign her desire is genuine. Then there is the element of physical grooming. When a woman desires someone, her body becomes naturally self-conscious and instinctively prepares itself to appear more attractive. You may notice her adjusting her hair, smoothing her clothes, touching her neck, or lightly biting her lip. These small movements are not random. They are primal expressions of attraction. Her subconscious is signaling that she wants to look appealing in your eyes, even if she is pretending to stay composed. Another subtle cue is the softening of her behavior. Women who secretly desire a man often display a warmth that is unique. Her smile is more authentic around you, her voice becomes gentler, and her reactions more genuine. She may laugh more easily at your humor even when it's simple. This is because desire triggers emotional openness. Her energy becomes softer and more feminine when she's around someone she feels drawn toward. Touch is also an undeniable sign. She may make small, seemingly accidental contact, a gentle brush of her hand against yours, tapping your arm when she speaks, or stepping slightly closer than necessary. These touches allow her to test the emotional connection while keeping everything safe and non-committal. If she maintains physical closeness, if she doesn't pull away when your hands or arms meet lightly, that is a powerful sign she is comfortable with you on a deeper level. All these patterns, her posture, her gaze, her smile, her nervous gestures, her softness, her subtle touches, form a silent language of desire. You don't need her to say anything openly. When a woman wants you, her body reveals the truth every time you walk into the room. Nervousness is one of the most revealing psychological signs of hidden desire, especially in women who are trying to mask their feelings. When a woman secretly desires you, her mind and body enter a subtle internal conflict. She wants to appear composed, confident, and in control, yet her attraction triggers involuntary reactions that are almost impossible to hide. This tension becomes visible in small, delicate behaviors that speak louder than any direct confession ever could. These nervous signals are not signs of weakness. They are signs of emotional investment. They show that you matter to her. One of the first signs of this nervousness appears in her gestures. She may fidget with her hair, adjust her earrings, smooth her clothing, or play with her fingers whenever you're near. These movements are subconscious comfort mechanisms. Her body is trying to release tension while also directing attention toward her feminine qualities. Even tiny actions, twisting her hair, tapping her foot, or lightly touching her neck, are indicators that your presence is affecting her emotionally and physically. Another layer of nervousness shows in her eye behavior. When a woman desires you secretly, she may avoid prolonged eye contact because the intensity feels overwhelming. She looks at you, then quickly glances away, only to look back again a moment later. Her eyes will reveal a soft brightness or a spark whenever she sees you, but she tries to hide it by breaking the gaze. This push and pull creates a rhythm that exposes her attraction more clearly than words ever could. It's not avoidance, it's emotional vulnerability peeking through. Her voice is another giveaway. Around you, her speech may shift, sometimes becoming softer, sometimes slightly higher pitched, sometimes a little shaky. She may stumble on her words or laugh at moments that don't require laughter simply because her body is releasing nervous energy. These vocal changes happen when her nervous system becomes activated by someone she finds attractive. She doesn't plan it, she can't control it. It simply happens because desire has stirred something inside her. Pay close attention to her conversation style as well. Women who secretly desire someone often overthink what they say. She might pause before responding, measure her words carefully, or seem extra thoughtful about your opinions. On the other hand, her nervousness might make her talk more than usual speaking quickly, sharing more details than necessary, or trying to fill silences so she doesn't appear uninterested. Both extremes, overthinking or oversharing, stem from the same emotional root. She cares about how you perceive her. Even her body positioning may reveal a slight awkwardness. She may shift her weight from foot to foot, reposition herself often, or stand in a way that seems both drawn toward you and slightly guarded at the same time. This body language reflects her inner emotional dilemma. She wants to be close, but she fears revealing too much. Nervousness is not a flaw, it's a psychological mirror reflecting her desire. When a woman is calm around most people but becomes subtly tense, restless, or shy around you, it shows that you hold a unique place in her emotional landscape. Her body is responding to you in ways her mind cannot fully conceal. When a woman secretly desires you, one of the clearest indicators appears in her communication style. It's not just what she says, but how she engages with you, her curiosity, her consistency, her emotional availability, and the way she invests in conversations. Women rarely waste emotional energy on someone they do not care about, so when her communication deepens, becomes more personal, or shows unusual attentiveness, it reveals her hidden attraction with remarkable clarity. A woman who desires you will naturally become more curious about your inner world. She begins to ask questions that go beyond everyday surface level topics. She wants to understand your dreams, your values, your mindset, and your emotional depth. Her interest becomes reflective. Rather than routine, she listens with intention. She remembers small details you mention, and she brings them up again later. This level of curiosity reflects emotional investment. She is not merely filling silence, she is building a connection piece by piece. Her responses also reveal a lot. Instead of short, delayed replies, she becomes more engaged and responsive. She texts back quickly or with enthusiasm, even if she takes her time. The quality of her messages becomes warmer, more thoughtful, and more expressive. The length of her replies may increase, showing that she is investing emotional energy into the conversation. A woman who secretly desires you often cannot help but show excitement through her words. Even if she tries to mask it, you'll notice subtle exclamation points, playful tones, or little hints of flirtation slipped between more neutral sentences. Another revealing factor is the emotional openness she develops around you. Women naturally guard their deeper thoughts and vulnerabilities, but when they are drawn to someone, they begin to share more about their lives. She may tell you about her fears, her hopes, her past experiences, or the things that move her emotionally. This is not casual sharing, it is trust being built. When a woman desires you, she subconsciously opens the door for emotional closeness long before she expresses romantic interest verbally. Her desire also shows in the way she initiates conversations. Even if she's shy, she finds ways to keep communication flowing, sending you something funny, asking your opinion on something, sharing a moment from her day, or checking in just to keep the connection alive. These gestures may seem small, but they are powerful indicators that you occupy space in her thoughts. Women do not initiate emotional contact with men they are indifferent toward. Pay attention to her tone as well. A woman who desires someone often becomes more playful, more affectionate, or more teasing in her communication. She may give you subtle compliments, challenge you lightly, or use emojis and expressions that show warmth. Her words carry an energy that feels different from how she speaks with others. There's softness, excitement, or even a hint of nervousness behind every message. And finally, her consistency reveals her desire. Attraction creates effort. If she maintains communication, stays engaged, asks questions, remembers your stories, and shows real presence in conversations, she is signaling far more than friendliness. She is expressing desire through emotional connection, carefully, quietly, but unmistakably for the man who knows how to read the difference. One of the strongest and most reliable signs that a woman secretly desires you is the way she behaves differently with you compared to everyone else. Human psychology shows that true attraction creates a shift in energy, attention, and emotional warmth. Women, in particular, tend to show this through a special form of exclusivity, subtle yet consistent changes in how they treat you versus how they interact with others. These differences may not be dramatic, but they are meaningful. They reveal that you occupy a unique emotional space in her mind, even if she hasn't expressed it openly. A woman who desires you will instinctively give you more of her presence. When you speak, she listens with deeper attention. Her eyes stay on you longer, her body leans toward you more naturally, and her reactions become more sincere. Even in a room full of people, she finds small ways to acknowledge you through a glance, a smile meant only for you, or a quiet moment where her focus shifts entirely in your direction. This selective attention is one of the clearest indicators of hidden desire because it shows you matter to her more than the environment around her. Her behavior also becomes softer and more open when she is around you. She may smile more easily, laugh more freely, or show more vulnerability in her expressions. This is because attraction naturally lowers emotional defenses. With you, she feels a mixture of excitement and comfort. Her voice might change slightly, becoming gentler or warmer. Her tone might carry an intimacy that she doesn't use with others. These subtle alterations reveal that her emotional landscape shifts when you enter the picture. Another sign of exclusivity is effort. A woman who secretly desires you puts in more energy, small but meaningful steps that show she wants to maintain closeness. She may remember things you've said weeks ago, make time to talk to you even when she's busy, or check in on you in ways that feel personal. She gives thoughtful responses, asks follow-up questions, and makes sure conversations stay alive. This level of consistency is rare. Women reserve it for men who hold emotional significance in their life. She may also create private moments between the two of you, even if unintentionally. For example, she might pull you aside during a group gathering, share a look that only you understand, or engage in conversations that feel deeper than what she shares with others. These little pockets of intimacy are powerful signals. They show that she feels a unique connection with you, one she doesn't replicate with anyone else. Finally, notice how she reacts when other women are around you. Even if she stays composed, there may be subtle shifts. She becomes more attentive, slightly more expressive, or suddenly more present in the conversation. She may try to position herself closer to you or make sure she's included in interactions that involve you. This behavior doesn't come from jealousy. It comes from desire. She wants to maintain her closeness because she values the bond she feels with you. All of these subtle differences, her attention, her warmth, her effort, her private moments, her emotional shifts form a pattern of exclusivity that reveals her hidden attraction. Women don't treat every man this way. They reserve this behavior for the one who makes their heart respond in ways they can't easily hide. A stoic mindset plays a powerful role in recognizing and responding to a woman's hidden desire. While many men become overly reactive, anxious, or eager when they sense a woman might be interested, the man who stays calm, grounded, and centered stands out instantly. Women are naturally drawn to emotional stability. It makes them feel safe, understood, and comfortable expressing themselves. When you maintain a composed energy, it doesn't just help you read her subtle signals, it actually amplifies them. Her desire becomes more visible because she feels secure, allowing those feelings to emerge. A stoic mindset isn't coldness or detachment. It's the ability to stay balanced no matter what you are feeling. When a woman secretly desires you, this mindset helps you notice her behavior patterns without jumping to conclusions or becoming overly attached. You observe her actions from a place of strength rather than need. Because of this, you read her cues more accurately. You see the difference between friendliness and genuine attraction. You understand the emotional shifts behind her gestures. You connect the dots without forcing anything or assuming too much. Stoicism also prevents you from acting needy or desperate, two traits that instantly kill attraction. When you remain calm, she sees a man who values himself, who doesn't depend on external validation, and who can engage with her confidently. This type of presence is incredibly attractive because it gives her space to express desire without feeling pressured or judged. Women reveal more when they feel the man is emotionally grounded enough to handle their signals with maturity. Another advantage of a stoic mindset is emotional clarity. Instead of reacting impulsively to her mixed signals or moments of uncertainty, you stay steady. Women often test men's emotional consistency without even realizing it. They want to know if your interest is stable, if your mood can be trusted, if your presence brings safety. When you stay composed, even in confusing moments, it reassures her. She begins to open up more, connect more deeply, and show her desire more boldly. Stoicism also makes your responses more meaningful. Instead of chasing her or over-complimenting her, you express yourself with intention. You give her space while still showing confidence. You mirror her energy without overwhelming her. This creates a powerful dynamic where she feels drawn to you, curious about you, and emotionally safe around you. Your calm energy becomes a magnet. Over time, this grounded presence encourages her to reveal more of her attraction. She becomes more open, more expressive, and more consistent. The subtle signs of desire you first notice become stronger. Her eye contact deepens, her effort increases, her communication becomes warmer. She begins to feel comfortable stepping into her feminine energy because your masculine steadiness creates a container for it. In the end, a stoic mindset doesn't just help you recognize a woman's hidden desire, it invites it. Women desire men who are strong enough to remain calm, skilled enough to observe deeply, and secure enough to let attraction unfold naturally. When your energy is rooted in confidence rather than urgency, her quiet signals become unmistakably clear. Understanding a woman's hidden desire is not about decoding complicated mysteries. It's about slowing down, observing, and staying grounded enough to see what most men overlook. Women rarely express attraction with bold statements. Instead, they reveal it through their energy, their eyes, their presence, their nervousness, and the unique way they communicate with the one man who stands out to them. When you remain calm, confident, and emotionally steady, their unspoken signals become clearer, stronger, and more consistent. A woman desires a man who can hold himself with quiet strength, someone who doesn't rush, doesn't assume, and doesn't crumble under emotion. When you show that level of stability, she feels safe showing you parts of herself she hides from everyone else. Her subtle behaviors become invitations, her softness becomes an opening, her effort becomes a message, and suddenly everything she does around you begins to make sense. The truth is, attraction doesn't need to be loud to be real. Some of the most powerful romantic signals are silent, delicate, and beautifully understated. If you learn to read them with patience and presence, you will begin to understand the female mind on a deeper level, one that goes beyond surface gestures and into emotional authenticity. So move through the world with awareness, carry yourself with composure, don't chase, don't rush, and don't force. When a woman desires you, she will show you, not in words, but in patterns, consistency, warmth, and emotional depth. And the man who sees with clarity instead of desperation is the man who never misses the truth right in front of him.